are some ways you handle appeals.
Right.
This was a very blanket statement, it says, so.
We're certainly not in any kind of
Yeah,
position to.
no, to do that
We
unless
don't
you
wanna
want
take your
7-hour
job away
meetings.
from you, Rich.
Yeah.
No, I
So what
mean,
we're saying is
You come to us and say
any-
that, I mean.
Bad news? Dr. Hayes?
yeah, and anybody, any employee, anybody has the right to appeal to the board, correct?
No,
No.
if you take this out.
We,
Oh,
The point is, maybe there should be language that allows the board to decide whether we accept an appeal.
yeah, it needs to be discretion.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
still have to
Sure,
filter,
sure.
you could, here's one thing though, you can always say, as we talk about things and issues, you can always say you'd like to hear that or you'd like to talk about it. You know, when we go through the agenda, there's, you know, and put that together, there's always an opportunity if the board wants to hear something or
course.
just.
But we may not, how are we gonna get, how's that gonna get to us?
Yeah.
Well, I would submit to you that you really don't want to be the appeals body, that you've delegated the responsibility for operational matters to the administration. And there are levels though where you do want higher,
Yes.
yeah, like,
Just
Okay,
recently.
so if someone says, well, I don't like that, I wanna bring that to the board of trustees, then you bring that information to us, and we
Right.
can decide whether we want to say we wanna hear it.
or another way that they can simply do that, and they do, quite frankly, is through public comment.
Right.
I mean, that's another
Right.
method for them to essentially tell the board
Or run
issues.
it-
Or to send a letter. I mean, they have a lot of ways. in which
Right.
they
So
can-
can we put
And
some-
in fact, you do operate, excuse me, but I mean, you do actually operate that way.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But, you know, everyone does have a right to come to the board, period. And whether that process is coming up to that podium during the session, that's certainly appropriate. If you have to deal with an employee that, you know, you're doing what you need to be doing, and that employee says, hey, I'm gonna appeal to the board, you come to us and we'll decide.
Can we put some language in here that says what you just said?
There?
Otherwise, it's
I don't know.
gonna get lost. People come
Well,
and
what about
go.
Bob?
Bob?
Well, there are some things that generally don't get before the board. I mean, grade challenges, for instance,
Yeah.
are decisions that are
Right,
Yeah.
decided administratively
Right.
that don't rise all the way up to the level.
most personnel things.
See, I think you do have a process right now, if people can say things through that podium, or they send a letter or whatever, and then you decide usually if you wanna hear it. You're already doing that.
Well,
So you already have that. If you put in here that they have the right to do it, it's different.
well, but I think we should make it clear that they do have the right, not to bring up any of the details, but we had a situation not too long ago, that came to the board. And we viewed it, not all of us viewed it the same way. And I think any employee through due process or whatever should have the right to come to the board to appeal. To diminish that, I think is
But that's
wrong.
Okay, well,
I don't think that's gonna stop it. I mean, taking the language out isn't gonna change the procedure that we use.
Right.
Well,
You
yeah, it
already have a
will. So
procedure.
folks come and go, as many of us have seen over the years, and then all you have to rely on is the written word. And if it's not there, then it's not there. And again, I think anybody has the right to appeal.
Maybe Derek
To
can
the
bring
board.
us some language based on what we had said here tonight about, ask that if someone does ask the administration that they wanna go to the board, then the administration will, make that request of the board through the update or whatever, and the board can then decide whether or not we're gonna go forward with that.
So then does that mean, you know, if three trustees wanna hear it, then we don't hear it?
Right,
Yeah, that's what
Well-
I'm saying, you know, leave it up to the individual. If they want to appeal it, let them appeal it.
but we could get bogged down though.
But we haven't over the last
Well-
30 years, you know, we've had very few come to the board.
okay.
I don't think we
All
should
right.
take
Well,
that.
Derek's
away.
gonna
we'll
work.
look at it.
You hear any comments there?
Yes, I'll put some language together and work with Bob on it.
Okay.
And present it next month.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we have?
Bob, did you want to make a comment on the
page number is 6.17.1, the board insurance, and then the blue comment,
Okay,
does this
Yeah,
include
thank-
accidental death insurance or legal acts?
yeah, thanks for bringing that up, actually.
No, this is talking about indemnification insurance software, alleged negligent or wrongful actual acting towards the past.
All right. Ignore that.
Well, shouldn't, as long as he's on that one, we do have other insurance, shouldn't that be in here? That's what the comment was.
Yeah,
You mean
We
if
do
you're
have accidental death insurance while working capacity of the board.
6.17.
so,
If you're traveling to a conference,
Yes.
And the plane crashes. And your loved ones are outside.
I think that's what
so the board has accidental death insurance.
Yes.
Yes.
For travel, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure it needs to be in the policy.
Well, I might argue that as well, because until I brought it up about a year or so ago, the new administration here didn't even know that we had accidental. So we put it in policy, when you all leave, next board will have it.
I think we need to know that, what it is as well.
Is this under the comments?
All could be added.
Okay,
That's
why
just-
don't you look at that, yeah,
Yeah, we should have it.
okay. All right,
You're gonna go to court and you're gonna argue that, and then
Yeah.
in the policy, it's pretty clear.
all right.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
108, we're not, certainly not looking at limiting the net amount of conferences that we attend in a year, are we?
There is, yeah, there was a comment by, in one of those under the tablet, consider limiting the number of conferences per year, so.
I don't think that should be in there.
I think we need to be extremely careful about what we do in terms of travel and conferences based on what's going on with COD. That wasn't my comment that's in here, but I do think that we need to take a good look at how many people need to attend everything.
All right, we'll wordsmith these some more,
So we're going to eliminate that comment, is that correct?
unless someone wants it, someone wants that,
It was just somebody's comment, it's not
Yeah,
part of the
yeah, it's
policy.
not part of it.
yeah, it really doesn't hurt the language, yeah. All right.
All right, so I think that's it.
Number first reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all first reading.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
And there's only 20 more word policies, so, okay.
I'm halfway done.
All right, resolution